just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Rip right. Mike 5-4.
From the gun, Jackson. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before.
What's up, everyone? Damn boys, back at it, man. Y'all already know what time it is. So, we're back with some more split close. Dangerous Corners 2 was the custom stack. Well, guess what? We're running a whole scheme off of that. So I apologize for the week layoff, guys. But I have been busy in the lab, and I more or less have an entirely new scheme completed. So, again, like, comment, subscribe, but hit that bell, because we're going to have a whole bunch of custom stack stuff coming this next week. You ain't going to want to miss it. You'll have most of it in time for Weekend League next week. So, we started with corners, now it's mesh. You already know I love mesh. Great play. Always a great play. Wonderful cover 4 beater. In trips, like, that's the first thing I do if I know you're in cover 4. Period. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and flip this. Then we're going to create our custom stack. So A, going to go on an in, X, going to go on an out. It is important that you do it that way. A, in, X, out, that matters. So this is just going to be against the cover 4. That will kind of get screwed up like that when you're moving stuff around in motion, if you do it that way. So we'll go ahead and baseline. And play the sticks. And guys, it doesn't matter. I could baseline, play the sticks, not play the sticks, do 10 jumping jacks before the play. Don't matter. Don't matter. I'm just kind of showing you guys what you would typically see, so you know that it'll work. And the in-game footage. Watch Pollard. Wide open. The out, we already know the out wheel route combo, right? With that in, though, that particular setup, that in pulls the linebacker. In this case, we need him to pull the linebacker because this isn't a common wheel route, right? A normal wheel route is going to go out wide of the numbers and stay flat, so it takes a lot longer to develop, and it's going to go outside the numbers as opposed to right up the seam. That's why the in is so important when we do this, and that setup is so important when we do this. So, A and X out. Now, this is also wonderful against man. I mean, really, as long as they're not pressing, you got beaters everywhere. If they're man blitzing, because Y is not a good man beater, so typically I'll go ahead and block Y because you already have B as a man beater. Over there, you don't need a high-low. If I don't want to have the extra blocker and they're playing man, I'll probably go ahead and, would run Y on out. So, different things to consider. But again, we flip it. A goes in, X goes out. And yeah, just everything's going to come open. So we're going to run this replay back, and we're going to kind of go route by route because this is really chock full of man beaters. If they press, guys, your man beaters on the right hand of this side of the screen, you know, the out and the in can get jammed up and gummed up a bit. The out more so than the in. But, you know, there's man beaters all over the field here, guys. So we'll start focusing on this one. Bloop. Obviously, wide open, right? Again, like I said, not a great man beater. I mean, you could whip it out and try to truck somebody or something, make a guy miss. We got the in and the out over here. Obviously, the out's wide open, completely dusted, homie. The in's wide open. Running back's wide open. I'd have to pass lead him in here. Obviously, the press doesn't affect him, so he'd kind of be your man beater left over him in the in, and you'd probably not be looking at the out typically. But yeah, you'd have to pass lead that in a little bit, but it'd be wide open. Obviously, we know real routes beat man. Or you could try to pass lead it out and try to hit him out here. You know, try to get it over the linebacker, which is pretty easy this year. So you're pass leading that one way or the other, but again, it's wide open, guys. So as you can see, pretty damn effective little play. It does work against cover 2. It does work against cover 3. Show you against cover 3. Now, this will go one of two ways depending on how people are playing a cover 3. So now again, when we're running this play, this is kind of, we run this offense like we do everything else within this offense, or most of it. Whatever way the user's going, we go the other way, right? So if the user takes off to the right, then I'm looking to the left side of the field. If the user takes off to the left, I look to the right side of the field and I make my read, right? Real simple stuff, guys. So in the event that you end up looking to the right side, then you're against a zone. You're typically like cover 3, cover 4. You're going to be watching the out and Pollard. And what'll happen is if they're shading outside, they'll follow the out. If they stay inside on Pollard, the out's wide open, right? So Pollard was open, the out was open. I've noticed that, like, typically in practice mode, the dude just kind of stands in no man's land, and you can kind of throw to either of them. Whereas typically in game, he's going to jump one or the other. Probably better zone ratings and things, maybe. Don't know. But what I can tell you is that's how it's going to look more so in game. Against the cover 2, you are kind of making different reads. So again, we'll flip it. And then I'm going to show you guys what to do, because you can run this on either hash. I just always have preferred the corners to the short side. They come open a little better. But you can run it on either side. And guys, if we don't flip this, just go ahead and reset it. This is how we would do this. So I would take X, put him on an in. Then I'm going to motion gallop, and while he's in motion, put him on an out, and then just go ahead and snap it there. Boom. So against the cover 2, you're essentially putting that guy in a bind, right? Especially if it's a user on that one. Are you going to follow the wheel route, or are you going to take that little in? So that's going to be kind of your read on that side of the field. If the user goes the other way and like jumps on the flat, maybe. If the user goes the other way, then you're simply just reading the corner and the flat. You know, I mean, typically people are shading cover 2's back, so you're probably going to take the flat. But those are really how your reads are going to look against any defense. So I got some in-game footage coming your way, guys, just when I was labbing it. So I do usually recommend flipping it at the line of scrimmage. But again, totally up to you. You'll see in the in-game footage where I was just labbing the stuff up, I was just flipping it in the play art, and it works just fine that way too. So, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got McCaffrey